KSHB 41 Jackson County reporter Todd Palmer visited several polling places today, listening to the voices of voters who felt it was important to cast their ballot today.
And he joins us now live. So Todd, what have they told you?
Well, we spent the morning at Second Presbyterian in Kansas City, Missouri, and then transitioned out here to Eastern Jackson County at the Midwest Genealogy Center. And look, like you said, people are unhappy about the property tax assessment. We heard from some voters who are unhappy about the way that he and the teams, frankly, have handled the stadium issue. But at the end of the day, it was one thing, and we've seen a steady stream of voters at both locations coming through, wanting to make their voice heard today on this special election day. A theme emerged Tuesday among voters leaving the polling locations I visited in Jackson County.
The taxes being raised up.
The property tax issue.
Oh, my taxes went up.
The signatures have been gathered, the court battles waged, and now comes the verdict from voters during a recall election.
I voted to recall Frank. I feel bad about it, but it seems like the right answer.
The sentiment wasn't universal.
I think everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does some good things. I don't think he's done enough to be recalled.
But most voters I spoke with expressed unhappiness with increased taxes as they exited polling locations in Kansas City, Missouri, and Independence.
I voted to recall. I think there's too much going on as far as like taxes being raised up. We can't afford all these things like that.
A record number of property owners appealed Jackson County reassessments in 2019 and again in 2023, with commercial valuations becoming the flashpoint in 2025.
I know a lot of people who are essentially being forced out of their houses. I think that's an awful thing. And surely we have some choices other than that.
Now she wants a new choice after Frank White's defense of the assessment process and his opposition to new Chiefs and Royal Stadium deals, among other issues.
This has gone on long enough, and I don't know who the next person will be. That's sort of the problem. But I think we need somebody new.
Yeah, so based on the people I talked to, most of them were voting to recall. Obviously, the polls will be open here for a couple more hours. I think about 10 minutes after the polls close at 7, we should start getting those absentee tallies in there, and we'll get a sense of what Frank White's future is going to be. Of course, those results have to be certified, and that won't happen until next week, at which time, if voters do vote to recall Frank White Jr., he would have to vacate office, and then the process to replace him until his term ends in January 2027 would begin. In Independence, Todd Palmer, KSHB 41 News.
Appears to be a steady stream of foot traffic behind you, Todd. Thank you. By the way, Todd covers Jackson County and is committed to sharing impactful stories. So if you have a story you'd like him to look into, be sure to scan the QR code on your screen. You'll find a link to email him at todd.palmer@kshb.com.